10th. No, they aren't going to finish 10th, bro. They're going to finish 3rd, 2nd, whatever. It doesn't matter. If Liverpool win the Premier League and Arsenal don't win the Premier League and the Champions League, they failed. We all agree, right? Do we all agree, number one?
Okay,
do we all agree if Arsenal don't win the Premier League or the Champions League this season, they failed? Is that fair to say?
I think, yes, definitely. Definitely, because they're being judged on winning trophies. I just want to throw this as a question to you, though.
Right.
I don't see signing Zubimendi as a problem, whether Arteta's here or not. Zubimendi is that high quality a midfield player. As long as where deals like that are stupid is if you then say Arteta leaves for whatever reason. If the new guy comes in and goes, oh yeah, you know that 300 million you spent the last 2 windows, yeah, don't like any of those players. Well, you hopefully would think they're not stupid enough to hire someone that doesn't rate the star players at a club. I don't see what the problem is with Arteta being given money to spend, because whether he is successful with it or the next guy benefits from it, that shouldn't matter to Arsenal fans. For me, that part of the argument doesn't matter to me. I agree with you that he has to be judged on the trophies that he wins now. I think you can ring fence the rebuild and go, well done for what you've done, getting them competing, blah, 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 blah. But they now have to be judged on winning trophies. But doesn't a signing like Zubimendi make it more likely to stay consistent and win trophies?
But yes. You're doing the same thing. You're doing the same thing that you did with Ten Hag and the Dutch players. I hear what Mo's saying.
No, I'm not. No, yes, hang on. How is it the same? First of all, I need to understand that.
Okay, I'll tell you how is it the same. Merino, this guy, Zubimendi.
Let me just stop one thing. Hang on. Well, just stop a second. I haven't mentioned anything to do with the players being Spanish. Them being Spanish is irrelevant to me. I'm stating that I think Zubimendi is that good a football player that whether you sack the manager or not, the next guy could benefit from it. Unless we disagree on that.
No, I do agree with that. Like, I don't disagree with that part of the argument. I'm talking about what Mo said with the Spanish thing, because Mo's saying he's a Spanish midfielder.
I haven't challenged that, but yeah, you can go ahead.
Yeah, he's talking about the whole Spanish midfielder thing. But what Terry's saying, like, regarding Zubimendi, listen, he's a difference maker. I think Zubimendi is a difference maker. Like, we talk about top class, top class signings and stuff like this. He's definitely top class. Now, I get what Mo's issue with this is. Mo's issue is the following. He's saying that Arsenal are now Arteta Football Club, not Arsenal Football Club. That's basically what Mo's saying, because he's saying, regardless of what case or what scenario, Arteta's staying. So if he's already making signings for the summer, it means that the board won't sack him even if he doesn't win anything major this season. That's your point, right, Mo?
Yeah. If you want to talk about Zubimendi, fantastic signing for Arsenal, takes them forward, completes the midfield. Great piece of business that you do it now and you have in the summer, fantastic. But the problem is I always look at the bigger picture with Arsenal. You know why? Because Arsenal are not in phase 1 or phase 2 or phase 3 or phase 4. That is the problem. That's what people don't understand. The signing by itself in isolation is great. It's the same if Arne Slot has been here for 5 years and not winning anything and he starts signing Dutch players. Even if that Dutch player is great.
Why does his nationality matter? So the only element I'm confused about is his nationality, because it's not as though the predominant, I mean, I would argue that the majority, well, not an argument, it's a fact, the majority of the signings made by Mikel Arteta are not Spanish.
Yeah, because this one, the journalist said that Mikel Arteta played a big role in convincing the player to join Arsenal. That means he promised him to be coaching him next season.
Right.
That's why. That's the only thing. If there was no link, if no one said that, if Arsenal, if no one said that, fine. But that is my problem with it.
I remember reading that one of the big reasons Declan Rice wanted Arsenal was because he wanted to work under Arteta and he's English.
Yeah, but it's the same. So it's the same.
Okay.
What's your point? It's exactly the same.
Okay, so
my point. It's exactly the same.
So it's not.
Let me explain to you.
I've never been so confused.
That's what
guys. If any player join Arsenal because they want to be coached next season under Arteta, that's an indication that Arteta is staying. Doesn't matter if it's Spanish, English, Swiss. Who cares?
That makes sense. I'm just wondering why we're mentioning his nationality. I didn't get the specificity
because Arteta is Spanish and he's Spanish. That's it.
But that doesn't matter, because if the news today was Arsenal have done a deal in the summer to sign Isak, who isn't Spanish but the reason he's signed is because he wants to play for Arteta. The logic's the same. It doesn't matter that he's Swedish. I just didn't understand the Spanish bit. That's all I was confused about. I get your point, and I understand that some people are concerned.
Can I ask you something? There is a super chat that just came in from Diallo. Can you put it up? The last one. No, the last one, the small one. The small one. Just the last one. The last one. Wanting Arteta to stay is not sexual. It is childish. It is the definition of it if Arteta doesn't win anything. It's becoming Arteta Football Club Diallo, not Arsenal Football Club. It's the definition of it. By the way, this is literally Arteta sexuals, that people are in love with the manager and are afraid of change. They are afraid of change, that to go backwards. That's what people do. It's the reality is, if I have a manager for 5 years, that's the same that people that was Ten Hag. They wanted Ten Hag so much to stay that they aren't looking for the best for the football club. They're looking for Arteta. Unless you are deluded, and if Arteta doesn't win anything, and you believe that Arteta is the best thing that can happen since sliced bread for Arsenal Football Club. Really, to be honest. Really, to be honest. It's just kind of weird.
Let's jump into some of these super chats here. First one says, you can sack Mikel Arteta. It doesn't guarantee progression or regression. I don't trust the Cronkies to replace him competently, so I don't want him sacked. Would you say that's a logical train of thought from an individual?
Very logical, but I'm always up for a change to try. Who are they gonna get? Do you think they're gonna get a championship manager? They're gonna try to go get a good manager to replace the guy. They're gonna try to go get a good manager to replace the guy. And also, by the way,
actually hear what Mo's saying, by the way, because if they've gone through like 3 years of trying and not winning, maybe they do need a new voice. This is a possibility, to be fair.
Yeah, like just
I understand that logic in isolation. Someone whose opinion is, I think, and this is what you've basically said, Mo, correct me if I'm wrong, did a really good job rebuilding, done a really good job getting them into the title race, but have got to get over the line. So I think they should try something new. Even though it's risking maybe going backwards, they should take the risk. That's essentially 100%. What you're saying. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. Logically, I get it. What Dial Square is saying, I don't want to sack Mikel Arteta because he personally has no faith that the Cronkies will go and get what he believes to be a better manager. So he'd rather he'd rather the devil he knows than the devil he doesn't. I also think, logically speaking, that also makes sense.
It does. But sometimes you get a better manager even by trying. A lot of Chelsea fans actually didn't trust the board of directors, but they want to push out anyway. They want to push out anyway. They said anyone might take us over the line.
I get that. This here says,
oh my God, this fucking
from D. Fans. He says, speak on Zubimendi joining Arsenal. Mo, no, sack Arteta now. Mo, this is such a bad faith argument. Not everything has to be about Mikel Arteta.
It is, by the way, for Arsenal Football Club, it is about Mikel Arteta, by the way. As much as before that, when Ten Hag was here for a long time, everything was about Eric Ten Hag, by the way. People don't understand this. People don't understand this. Mikel Arteta has been coaching Arsenal for a while, right? For 5 years. And I praised him massively. And I said, if Inzaghi leaves, I would take Arteta. But he has been managing Arsenal 5 years, guys. 5 years. This is turning into Mikel Arteta Football Club, not Arsenal Football Club. Oh my God. Every signing now, every player at Arsenal, he gave a contract extension or he approved them at the end. He's playing them. Oh my word, Arsenal fans. You guys will never be ever have. I don't know. Arsenal fans, you live in your own bubble.
Can I ask you a question on that? Just so I understand your logic to a larger degree. Let's say he wins the Premier League and the Champions League. Is it then Arsenal? Hang on. Is it then Arsenal FC or is it still Arteta FC? Is it only? And I asked that to frame it better. Is it only? Is it only Arteta FC if they put faith in him and he doesn't win? If he gets control and they don't win? If he wins, will you say this is Arsenal Football Club or is it Arteta?
It will be still Arteta, but Arteta's doing the best for the club. He's winning with the club. It will be still Arteta because Arteta, in my opinion, at the current moment, Arteta is the biggest head at Arsenal, in my opinion.
Okay. Dahl says, so if you want Arteta to stay, it means I'm sexually attracted to Arteta. Weird. We value stability. This is the closest we've been. There's no entitlement, is what Dial Square says.
The Words Arteta sexuals, guys. You just don't take it literal. You know what it means, so don't play the gimmick. You guys exactly know what it means, so just don't play the gimmick. The people that in love with Arteta that are so scared of him being sacked, that is the word Arteta sexuals. Have some shame.
Conroy here says, so don't sign players just in case you change, you want to change later. What a way to guarantee you're gonna need change is what Conroy says.
But he's not coming now. Is he? He's coming in the summer, is he? He's not gonna help Arteta this season to win the Premier League with the Champions League, is he?
Shawnee, you were the same person that criticized me last season. And then when the season ended, you're like, oh, look, Hussam is happy to be proven right. No, I'm not. I want my club to win. Also, negativity is not gold on Liverpool YouTube because the 4 biggest Liverpool channels are all positive only.
This super chat here, thank you, from Sorin says, makes sense that Arsenal will sign an injured player, is what he says here.
Who's the injured player?
I think Zubimendi, I think he means. Starlord here says, big up Terry, Hussam and Mo, top 3 shows on YouTube. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, Starlord. Thank you. And if you haven't hit the like button yet, get that done, people.